Where do you think it went wrong for your bowling attack?
I think they batted exceptionally well, especially Brendan Taylor, and I think Sikandar Raja's innings was the difference. He just came and, there's some clean hitting. Bowling wise, yes, we could have done better, but it was just one of those days where batting was exceptional. And like as a bowling unit, we tried different plans and different things, but they batted us literally out of the game, like scoring 380.
And as the batting side, faced with such a huge total, what was your plan in that innings? Were you just trying to bat time, see how many you could get, or were you trying to go for the runs?
We just wanted to take one ball at a time, and for us it was very important that we at least try and get as close to the score as possible, because 380, it's a pretty big score, to be very honest. But still, we just wanted our batters to go out there and be positive. We knew that it was a good wicket. Maybe a couple of our starts could have been maybe into 80s, and maybe one of us, if we could have got 100, and that would have set us a very good platform moving forward. But still, we managed to get 260 odd runs. And so if we had bowled maybe slightly better and had restricted them to around 300, 310, maybe things could have been different. But still, first game of the tournament, and I mean, it just didn't work for us today.
What aspects of Nepal cricket, yes, you lost the game, but what aspects of Nepal cricket could you say you managed to show all the fans that came today to watch the game?
I think we tried to fight till the end. Obviously, when a team in opposition bats the way they did, the bowling and the fielding doesn't look as sharp, but I think we took almost all the chances that we had. But like I said, it was just one of those days where the two batsmen out there really batted exceptional. And for us, as a batting unit, we tried to stay in the wicket and get close to the target as possible. Like, we could have gone all out and maybe got out for 100, 120, 30, but I think our batters still wanted to spend some time in the middle and try and get close to the score. So, like I said, if we had bowled better and executed our plans, maybe we could have restricted them to a lesser score, and maybe we could have eventually chased it down as well. But still, it's a learning phase, I think, for us as a team. Every game, especially playing against teams like Zimbabwe, where you don't get to play them often, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of experience for the boys that have played the game today, and for us moving forward, I hope we can carry the learnings from today and try and not repeat the mistakes that we made today in the following games.
A couple of 50s from your batsmen, probably one should have gone on to maybe anchor the innings or even square 100.
Yeah, I mean, see, I think if you look at the batting scorecard, like a couple of guys got 50s and 40s and 30s. So it's just that moving forward, we'll need a couple of our batters to step up. They got a couple of hundreds, and that set the platform for us. Maybe if we can do the same in the coming matches, that'll set us for better things.
380 against any team on any ground is very difficult to chase, but just talking about the batting, you must be happy that you had guys down the order and you batted through the innings, scoring at a decent rate all the time. And as you say, if it was maybe 300, then you probably would have had an opportunity at the end.
Yeah, see, I mean, on the hindsight, you can say that, but maybe the batters, maybe they just had the freedom to go full out, and I think they tried and played the game as much as possible. So that way, they're very, very positive. And just that we managed to get 260, 270 odd. So for us, if we managed to bowl better than what we did today, I'm sure posting around 270, 280 moving forward, will be a good competitive score. But having said that, the wicket looks exceptionally good, and it's all about getting your plans, execution, and just maybe if the bowlers can stick to their, the basics of bowling those Yorkers and, bowling those stock balls, maybe we can come up with a better performance.
You got 2-3 days off now before your next game. What's going to be the plan and training to make sure that you guys lift yourselves and are ready for the next game?
Yeah, our next game's against Scotland on the 8th, 3 days into it. Tomorrow we're going to take a day off, and next following days is going to be training, and so looking forward to it.
Okay, thanks a lot for us.
Thank you.
And
Cheers.
All the best.
Congrats, Graham, on that great win. How's the feeling in the team to get that tournament on a good note?
Yeah, it was good to get out there today and get some big runs. We've been asking for runs from the top order, and Meyer and Solomon set a great foundation for us. And then I suppose from 1 to 6, I mean, they all contributed. I mean, Raz and Brendan were exceptional today. I mean, 200s, and to get 380 is probably a 270, 280 wicket. So, that sort of tells you, us getting 100 runs more is, it was an excellent effort from the batting lineup.
Quite often you get a guy who's aggressive and he's well supported by another player. Today they both went at the top of the innings. Was that something in terms of a game plan, or maybe because you're playing a slightly inexperienced opposition at this level?
No, that's the game plan. That's how both of them play, and I think even if we asked them to change, they probably wouldn't. So, we're just hoping at least one of them will come off every game, but it makes it really difficult for the opposition if both of them do. So if we get that foundation, it just makes it so much easier for our middle order, and it showed today.
So basically they both got a license.
Yeah, definitely.
Graham, perhaps just a word on how the pitch played today. It obviously wasn't a 380 wicket, as you said, but what was going on?
I think it was quite tough for the seamers. The ball came on nicely. Tough for the spinners also in a way that was quite slow, but at least there was a bit of spin. But I just thought the way our guys played the spin, we almost got a boundary and over there. And the way the guys rotated the strike was excellent, but probably a little bit more suited to spin. But I think our seamers today, in saying that, they were probably a bit off the mark. I think in terms of executing line and length, which we'll have a chat about tomorrow. But yeah, all in all, it was a good wicket, I think.
And obviously this wasn't the only game happening in Bulawayo today. Did you hear about the result from BAC, and does that throw the tournament wide open?
Yeah, I did hear the result. I didn't hear the scores, but it was a big surprise and credit to Scotland, because Afghan are a strong team, and they've got a good lineup. So to beat them is a great effort, and I suppose it just opens up our group, and the next couple of games will be really important, I think.
Any update on Sean Williams' finger?
Yeah, we're going to see tomorrow, but I can't see him playing the next 1 or 2 games. I don't think. He's just had the pin out, and there's still a wound there, and he can't really bend his finger yet, which is unfortunate for us, because we would have really liked to have him, as not only as an extra batter in the middle order, but also to bowl. So we'll just monitor him. He's dying to get out there onto the park, but we won't rush him either.
Well, first, congrats, Skipper, on you guys starting off with a great win to the tournament. Just taking a look at your bowling, you used about 7 bowlers in your attack. Was this the strategy, or were you not just reacting that nothing was coming off the pitch? Or was it this a strategy that you would use about 7 bowlers in the team?
We're quite fortunate. We've got a lot of all-rounders that we can turn to, but we're hoping to just maybe use the 5, probably our main 5 bowlers today. But like I said, our seamers were a bit off the mark. I thought Chitara bowled really well up front. But Brian and Javi were maybe a bit off, so that's why we had to turn to Malcolm and Cephas. But I thought Raz bowled exceptionally well, as he has done for us for a long time. So it's always nice to have 2-3 guys we can rely on.
Great. Were you guys looking at bowling them out at one point in time, or just to put them under pressure and let the run rate skyrocket?
Yeah, we definitely wanted to bowl them out, but we thought the way to bowl them out was to create a bit of pressure, not go searching for wickets, but build a couple of tight overs, and they'll eventually have to come at us, and that's where we're going to get our wickets. But unfortunately, when when someone was bowling well one side, we were leaking from the other end, so we didn't quite create that pressure that we wanted to. Hence, that's why they got 270 or whatever they did. But hopefully we'll come on Tuesday and we'll be a bit better at that. But yeah, we definitely want to bowl teams out. Get 10 wickets, always good for the confidence for a bowling unit.
Still talking about the bowling, seeing that Simas didn't really get much on this track. Any temptation to probably play maybe Chisoro in the next game?
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that tomorrow. We'll also have to see what wicket we might get. It might be similar. There might be a bit more grass from what I've seen out there. So we'll have to assess that probably tomorrow and the morning possibly of the game. But it will be a talking point definitely, because Chisoro is, he's one of our better spinners, and you saw how he fielded today, and he can bat also. So yeah, it'll definitely be a talking point tomorrow, and yeah, we'll see come Tuesday.
All right, Graham, thanks a lot for your time. Well done today, and all the best
Thank you.
for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you, didn't it?
Certainly, whether it's an ODI or a list or just a list day, at the end of the day for us it's a qualifiers, and we wanted to send a strong message. We wanted to start well. There were a lot of negativity surrounding our team when we went away on our tours to Bangladesh and Dubai. So I thought it was very important, and the batting unit was under a lot of pressure, and so I thought it was really important to try and have a good total on the bird. I wasn't at the start looking at 380, but then again I think just kept middling and it went flying as well. So luckily felt quite blessed with that inning. But I thought the real heroes of the game was Solomon and May at the start. I thought they led a good 77-run partnership. I thought those two did a fantastic job, and going back on our away tours as well, we haven't had that start. So for them to carry on like that, and they got it pretty quickly as well in 8 overs. Hammy got unlucky, and then I thought the way Craig Irvin and Beattie batted, showed maturity, showed a lot of character. They kept the ball on the ground and they kept grinding and grinding. So I thought to me the real stars of the game were two openers and Craig and Brendan.
And perhaps a word on the support that the team got today. I know it was a small crowd to start with, but they came in the afternoon, and they certainly seemed to enjoy your efforts. How did that feel?
Felt great, to be honest. Queens on a weekend, Queens always get a good crowd in, and it's quite a funny crowd as well we get. So they keep us going as well with a lot of jokes and a lot of humour. But I thought to see all those numbers that came out of all ages, I thought that was fantastic. So kids, ladies, gentlemen, even I remember my few family members came along as well. Some of our friends' parents were here as well from the team, so that was great as well. So it was just brilliant to have all that support today.
Well, I'm sure that you know that, Afghanistan lost to Scotland. How does that make you guys feel as a team, and how do you see the game turning out on Tuesday against Afghanistan?
Brother, I think what's done is done, and we said it on a lot of occasions that the game against Afghan is certainly a special game. People have called it a grudge match. People have called it in a lot of different ways. For me, it's just a game of qualifiers that we have to win, because come that 24th, 25th, when the final is, we need to be there and we need to lift that trophy. We have seen pictures of Graham with that trophy. We want to make sure we keep that trophy in Zimbabwe. And we want to give smiles, happiness, joys to the 15 million people that are supporting us. And suddenly to see all house full today suddenly gives us even more confidence to go into Afghan game and try and get a positive result out of that as well.
Obviously a disappointing tour in Sharjah against Afghanistan last month. What do you guys think you need to change, or what have you discussed about the way you played then and the way you're going to tackle them in a couple of days' time? I
think conditions will be a lot different. Plus, I think what we didn't have are the fans and the supporters that came in numbers. It was quite for opposition. I'm pretty sure it's quite intimidating when you're feeling on the ropes and you have so many people behind you. So people better hold on to their nerves when they come to Bulawayo, and anyone in Harare as well. When the crowd is behind the team, it certainly helps us a lot. For us, I thought our game plan is a lot clearer, Tino. I think our focus is much better now, and I'm pretty sure with a performance like that, our confidence and our heads are a lot higher, and we're gonna walk into that game with a positive and a different attitude, and rightly so.
Firstly, congrats, skipper, on the ton that you scored.
Thank you.
On a lighter note, were those a few stern words that you had to say to Sisyphus after dropping that catch? Seemed as if you had a few words to say to Brendan Taylor as well.
Not stern words, but look, we set quite a high standard, and if you think because you got 380 on the board and you can let few things slip by, it's not going to happen. Cream's got a lot on the plate as well, so I just try and help him as much as I can. I thought it was maybe nerves for coming into the squad, playing the qualifiers. I think it was just kind of stern, not so much aggressive, but stern was to tell him to wake up. But look, he's a good fielder as well. It happens to the best of the fielders as well. But because we set quite high standards for ourselves, I just personally wanted to make sure we follow those standards. Come Tuesday, it can be a game where you can either win by a blinder of a catch or you lose it by a drop. And we also have our goal where we want to be the best fielding side in the tournament as well. So that's why I wanted to make sure that we keep the standard high.
And not being able to pull them all out after posting 380, does that disappoint you in any way?
Mikelele, like Graham mentioned, it was slightly difficult for seamers to take wickets, but having said that, still managed to take 7 or 8 wickets, I think. It is quite rewarding, but yes, you're right. We would love to bowl team out, so that's one of our goals as well. And comes Tuesday, that's an area that we're certainly going to go after, and we want to take 10 wickets each game we go out there.
Just one last question on today's performance. Sikandar, you've been brilliant with the bat for Zim over the last 18 months or so. But normally you come in and you ride the tide and then you get on with the business later on. Today you came out with a totally different mindset. We just couldn't wait to be out there. There were a lot of messages we received as a team. And I've said it out loud as well that for me this team is band of brothers. If the criticism is not at me, if it's to a brother of mine, it still hurts me. I thought I came out with a lot of pain of all the negative messages that my teammates and myself have received. There's no joy in performing and having to hear bad things about your teammate or to your team losing. There's no joy in that, certainly not for me. So I came out with all those emotions, but I just wanted to direct them and channel them in the right way, a right way where we can get a good total on the board, win it convincingly, and shows that this band of brothers have qualities to win the qualifiers. All right, Raz, well played today. All the best for the rest of the
Thank
tournament.
you.